in the woods with a laptop in hand, mining for Bitcoin in our old Dodge van. Wi-Fi signal strong, don't need no plan. We're just some good old boys with a modern day brand. John's got a Wallace who's trading in stocks. Everyone's laughing around a chicken pox. Drinking moonshine, watching our gains. Life's a little sweeter without them bank chains. With a crypto rednecks living wild and free, riding the waves of this new currency. No gold in our pockets, but we're rich as can be, with digital fortunes under the old oak tree. Got a generator purring power in the farm. The neighbors think it's strange, but we mean no harm. Generation minus and free from harm, with a future wrapped in good old boy charm. Saturday night under neon lights, auction and NFTs by the campfire ride. Cows are grazing, the law is raising. We're redefining what means amazing, with a crypto rednecks living wild and free, riding the waves of this new currency. No gold in our pockets, but we're rich as can be, with digital fortunes under the old oak tree.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crypto Rednecks.
Howdy.
Satoshi Sean and the Irishman from KISS.
I didn't share any fucking links or anything today.
No.
Let me go share a few links, right?
Sure. We're running late. We're supposed to be on.
We're running late.
Noon?
A couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's because it's Friday, and I know that Lee would have trouble on Fridays, which we want to do a weekly wrap up of the week and what's been going on. And we're gonna move into, but it's also Friday, and Lee's a bit of a party boy, so he went out and had himself a good day. It's what time is it there? It's like what, 4 a.m?
It's late. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he just.
Are we doing a giveaway? Because if we're doing a giveaway, I can announce it in the Telegram group.
Okay.
We're doing a giveaway.
Yeah, we'll do a giveaway. Cool. We're streaming everywhere, but Twitch has an issue for some reason. But we are.
What about Kick?
No, Kick never works because of the bit rate or something. But everything else looks good. Let me see. Twitch says the title is invalid. Try changing it a bit. They said that last time.
You know, I think Nicky Maple was available tonight.
Oh, wow. I haven't talked to him in a while.
We should have brought him on.
I miss him. He's a good fellow. I was going through my old messages and oh, okay.
Yeah, and you're going through your old messages and
he texted my kids. He's like, I'm Nick, Sean's buddy from Canada. Because he was trying to get a hold of me or something, but I've been thinking about it in the past couple of days. All right, so let's get into things. How's your week been going?
You know, my week has been very interesting. Sorry. My audio is pretty shite because I had my mic over there. My week has been very interesting. I spent the first half of the week trading meme coins as usual, and I spent the second half of the week trading Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's been a little odd this week. Also, I want to hit some news, which I mean, we can jump right into that if you want to do that.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little bit, I'll put it, erratic.
So usual stuff then.
When will your 10 pints into
10 pints? 10 pints? And you were drinking whiskey? Jeez. Yeah. And then what shocks me, dude, is that you walk home.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it might snow there? It's
on the way.
What's 91 degrees in Celsius?
Dude, 91 degrees Celsius? You mean Fahrenheit?
Computer, what is 91 degrees but Celsius?
91 degrees Celsius is 195.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, it's so what is that? So it's like 50.
Ask what 91 degrees Fahrenheit is. We'll give you more of an accurate.
Computer, what is 91 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
91 degrees Fahrenheit is about 32.78 degrees Celsius.
About
32.7?
33. Yeah, that's what it is today. But then it cools down at night to where it's pretty nice. And you said it might snow. That's so crazy, dude.
It's not even fucking October.
Yeah, October's October's perfect. Like it's in the 80s, high 70s, sunny. It's like for a month and a half, and then it's
This is why you got no friends, John.
I have plenty of friends.
Pissing your friends off by going, it's a beautiful 32 degrees today.
Yeah. Well,
While your mates are freezing their balls off.
You choose to live. You live down the road from Santa Claus.
No, I do. I do. Okay, but my preference would be Tennessee or West Texas. But because I respect the U.S. border, I've decided not to just walk across the fucking thing. Okay.
West Texas. I would buy you some land in West Texas if you wanted to go live there.
I can buy land in West Texas.
Yeah.
The problem is
very cheap.
Yeah, it's very cheap. Yeah, very cheap. Yeah. Or do you know where it's cheap? Wyoming.
No, I had looked at, but it's now you can get cold up there. But
I don't mind the cold for a month or 2 months. I like cold.
No, Wyoming, you get cold for a while, dude.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I don't mind that.
Because I was looking at, because the way the world is crazy with food and all. I was looking at buffalo. And there's a bunch of buffalo farms in Texas. I thought they would be too hot for them, but there's a lot up in Wyoming.
Yeah, buffalo can live anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of and they're about the same price as a regular steer.
Yeah, so, correct.
If I had more time and my kids would be more involved, I would raise like 3 to 5 a year. Eat one.
What's the fastest growing animal for meat production in Ireland?
In where?
In Ireland.
Dogs or cats? Because
buffalo. Dogs. Buffalo. Everybody's fucking breeding buffalo. Yeah.
You don't have those Scottish cows? Those are awesome.
No, because buffalo is more. Buffalo is more, man. You make more money on buffalo.
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad that buffalo, because they were everywhere.
They were everywhere,
yeah. In America.
Well, you have American bison, we have European bison.
What's the difference? Size?
Size, yeah. But what a beautiful animal! One of my favorite animals.
Yeah, that and Janie. She had all the chickens and ducks and all. I called her and she's like, "Oh no, we had a raccoon and killed them all."
Yeah.
So she was complaining about the price of eggs, like I was, dude. I bought a case of eggs. I bought like 150 eggs because I have this reunion to go to, and it's like for my diet, keto. It's just so many eggs, so I went ahead and bought a restaurant order case of eggs. So literally, the fridge is about 70% eggs, just stacked, and just. That's what I'm eating is eggs, man. Eggs and working out. Oh,
eggs are working out for me too, man.
I want to talk to you about my shoulder because I injured it. I've been lifting a lot. I've been working out 3 times a day, and it did something. Now my shoulder's all cracking every time I do it. But let's hit the news and
give me some news.
Here we go. Right, we had a lot of people watching actually. Hello to everyone watching. So I don't know. Do you know who the Motley Fool is?
Yes.
Okay. So they are talking about Bitcoin. And I thought that was interesting because there's such a legacy institution. You know what I mean? And which when you go over the market, I think we could talk about how this last dip with when the Fed announced the half point thing that Bitcoin, and I talked about this on World Blockchain Roundtable, which you can watch on Thursdays. It's hosted by Dragon Chain. I'm probably going to start streaming it to my channel too. But I talked about how, remember when the pandemic hit and like airlines and everything dropped, the whole stock market just dropped and it was crazy and we were mad because we didn't short stuff.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin followed suit, and everyone's like, "See, it's not digital gold. It's going to follow the markets like everything else." But we kept making a point, and I kept screaming, "It's a brand new asset. Where everything's a black swan event. Everything is the first time for Bitcoin, pretty much. So this is the first. That was like the first, real hit in crisis. And now, but it wasn't mainstream. It was still small. It was still like our niche thing. Now it's so we're at a level of I forgot the word. What's the thing? Oh, it's not acceptance. Where everybody uses it, knows about it. What is it? The word
Adoption.
adoption. Yeah, God. Anyway, we're at a level of adoption where it's so mainstream that
Do you think so?
Yeah, well, I do, because now when the stock market had that huge dip, gold went up, silver went up, and Bitcoin is now up. It followed closer to precious metals than it did to the stock market. I thought that was interesting.
Well, I don't know if that's adoption. I think that's just alignment.
Well, but I think people in general now are looking at it as more of digital gold, but they can see the difference in it. They can see what it is. And with the Motley Fool, it's like this, this could be the next cryptocurrency to make major waves. And he's talking about Bitcoin. It's still so basic, Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's such a basic information, but it's getting out to everybody.
Do you really think that there's more adoption now than there was COVID?
Oh yeah, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. There's the ETFs. There's everyone's talking about it.
And so, what does adoption equate to you like?
Well, that is also one of the news stories. We talked about how Trump and Harris and Kennedy, they were all talking about Bitcoin and how they like cryptocurrency now, and they're they're basically courting the vote of the Bitcoiners because there's over 1 million in the U.S.
Correct.
But Trump went out to eat and he paid with Bitcoin.
I think that's
so that I thought that was interesting. Actually, using cryptocurrency. So
stuff like that pushes adoption.
Yeah, because every politician lies their face off, and like because I think when he was asked about it years ago, and he's like, "Oh, I really don't like it that much. I like the dollar. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like the dollar. Yeah,
but I think he just didn't know. And whenever you hit him with something he doesn't know, he's going to change the subject. So now I think he knows a lot, and he actually used it, which is
awesome.
Which is awesome. That proves that he's not just saying something about it. He actually does know something about it.
So to me, that's showcasing adoption, right?
Yeah.
ETFs and all this shit isn't to me isn't adoption. It's I look at adoption from the guy in the street discovering cryptocurrencies and utilizing the fucking thing.
Yeah, and starting down the rabbit hole. Of what money is and everything. So I think that's going to be the next big wave we have, is people kind of waking up and getting red pilled when they learn what it is, and then they like it was for us, and then you could see the whole banking system and everything works and how it's terrible.
So that's where my problem is. I'm unsure on that.
Speaking of being unsure, Cryptocurrency Exchange Network accused of helping Russia hit with sanctions. It's a small exchange, but it's a story. So
Where
a
is it?
network of
Where
people
is the exchange?
and virtual currency exchanges associated with harboring Russian cybercrime. We're hit with sanctions on Thursday. Um,
Mhm.
before Biden's meeting with Zelensky. Interesting. Which side
Mhm.
note, He's meeting with
Trump.
Trump this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was meeting with Trump, which I thought was interesting. So the U.S.
How did that go? I
Treasury,
wonder. I didn't see that.
huh?
How did that meeting go? I missed it.
Well, I was checking out more the 9 missiles that crossed our southern border, not in Texas, of course, but in New Mexico, that are supposedly to shoot down his jet that he
What?
flies. Yeah, 9 Stinger missiles came across the border.
Well, they can
Um,
only they would only have come from Mexico. Where else
well,
did they come from?
through Mexico, yeah. Um, they went, but they came into New Mexico. So the Secret Service said that they want him to fly uh, regular airlines now
Okay,
instead of his
wait a
own
second.
plane.
Back it up. Have you got like an article to showcase this? 'Cause I have not heard this.
Well, yeah, I know.
So you were telling me 9 Stinger missiles came across the southern border
New
aimed at
Mexico.
Trump,
That's what the Secret Service is saying.
and we're now believing the Secret Service.
Well, that's all we can do. Like I said, I'm interested to see if we make it all the way through. Uh, but so anyway, this kind of the usual thing. It's a small exchange. I think I've heard of it. Um,
Which is what's it called?
what's it called? I know it's here.
Cryptex?
Alleged Rush hacker surgery. Cryptex. Cryptex, a Saint Vincent and the Grenadines registered virtual currency exchange operating in Russia.
My
So
dog is registered in St. Vincent and St. Grenadines. I mean,
it is. You don't have a dog. I would know.
I
If you
do. That's why he's over there, man.
This was kind of interesting. So PayPal lets businesses
Yes,
and accounts
I've seen
buy,
this.
hold, and sell cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
Now,
finally,
you probably don't think most people don't think that's a big deal because they sold cryptocurrency.
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal because
Mhm.
let's say hey, good to see you. Um, if you have, and this is something that we talked about when it comes to adoption, which you were talking about. Do you remember back in the day we would say, man, if Amazon would just take crypto, it would blow up,
Yes.
and we'd have if eBay, if blah blah blah.
Yeah, but that
All
is
of,
that's going back a few years.
yeah, but all of those things, all the people that have side hustles with Etsy and
Mhm.
eBay and Fiverr and whoever, all of that, it's connected to PayPal. Most everybody. That's how they get their money and get paid and do all. It's all through PayPal. So if you can now use crypto, then all those places now technically accept crypto. You can go on and buy something on eBay and pay with crypto because those people that have business accounts for their eBay store, for their Etsy store, for that's all now for Fiverr. That's all they can take crypto. I thought
Yeah,
that was a huge thing.
it is a huge thing, but I mean, uh, without wanting to sound a bit of a cunt, they're like 5 years too late, and their 5 year. It reminds me of a project they shut down this week, where you know a project that we were involved in. Were like
Yeah,
these these things are very obvious, and implementation takes far too long. And the project I'm talking about during the week, were when we got involved with them, they were I wouldn't say they were ahead of the curve, but they were right at the cusp of it, right? And then they
yeah.
just didn't do anything. You know?
They and that's very telling to me because that was one of the best projects we ever worked with.
Yeah, it was one of the best projects we ever worked with. Yeah,
It was, I will say, the best community we ever worked with.
In terms of supporting,
Support, interaction.
yeah,
Uh,
they were very good. They were very good.
they were every. I mean, I was on different shows with people. I went on the Larry and Joe shows, like 25 people. Um, but
Well, we had videos where we got 200 comments.
yeah, yeah, hundreds of comments. People were they were very very on top of, and they did a lot of work.
Yeah,
They
did a lot
they
of work,
owned
yeah.
they didn't own a bank. They owned a financial institution, a payment processor. So they come out with before crypto.com, before all that, they were moving that direction. Um, and now it's Divi, and they're shutting down the project as of what, like this
I
week.
didn't want to mention it.
Well, we gotta say, you can't talk about it and then not say it. Yeah, Divi. Divi is ending,
They had a great community. They had a
and
great
it was
community.
it was an awesome project. We were running nodes. We were super supportive. It was one of the it was I think it was top. I know it was top 100. I think it was top.
Oh, it's top
30.
100. Yeah, yeah, it was
It
top
was, I
100.
think it was top 30. It was so big. Um, and it,
Yeah,
like,
they had a wallet that was integrated with multiple blockchains, which, and I said to you at the time, I said, you know, this is awesome, but everybody else is going to catch up very, very quickly, and there
yeah,
needs to be some new innovation,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that new
And
innovation
promotion.
never materialized. So,
That's the thing. They did all the promotion early on, and all the crypto bros were into it.
mhm.
And then they didn't keep pushing later on when they were moving into mainstream. Um,
If you think
like,
about it, if you're a top 30, top
yeah,
100 project today, that's multi-billion.
billions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and back then it was hundreds of millions. Like just like the top five were in the billions. Now, geez, there's so much. Space has grown so much since
The
we've
space has
been around.
grown, but I am very skeptical in terms of how much innovation has grown in in that time. Also, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and would you what would you attribute that to? I would say regulation, not being clear on the framework of what it's been stifled. It's not just been stifled in the U.S.
I think it's
Hugely
been
stifled.
stable to a degree, yeah, especially in the US.
That's a news
Yeah.
story. I don't know if we covered it last week, but I think it was this week, or late. It was after we did for the show on
Mhm.
was it Monday or Wednesday. Hester Pierce appeared before. I can I can share that
Yeah, share
before
that.
Congress, and she straight up admitted to.
He hasn't gone. He hasn't left me on my own because he wouldn't do that. But he is not available at the moment. I'm hoping he's going to return with at least an article that backs up his argument. Oh, well, he hasn't turned up. Well, he doesn't turn up. Greetings from Colorado. Let me just put that up on the screen. So we're probably going to do a giveaway at some stage if Sean decides to turn up again. And we will do it on the crypto of your choice, but it's got to be a meme coin. It's got to be a meme. We're not going to be doing like
I knew,
ETH
I,
or
I
any of that stuff.
knew, I knew, I knew as soon as I go to put it in a different browser that was going to happen. And I saw you. It was just you, huge. So here,
Yeah, look, I actually look pretty good there.
I'm sending this to the private chat. Can you pull it up and then share it? So
I don't have anything in the private chat.
there you
go. So what am I doing?
Just click
Hit
on
this
it, and
link
then
on the phone.
I can play it, or you can play it, and you can hear everyone can hear the sound.
Okay.
So this is what I think was stifling, and what a lot of the real builders in this space, like Joe Roats and
So we're looking at the Honorable Hester Pierce. Yeah.
yeah, she before Congress.
There you go.
There you Whoops. Actually, here we go. Can you turn it up?
The volume is going to be shite in my end, I think.
It should play if you use a different browser.
Okay, wait a second. Give me a second. Oh, yeah.
Regulatory lack of
Here you
clarity.
go. Turn it all the way. We can rewind it.
This question of an investment contract. The SEC defined crypto asset securities as an investment contract represented by the underlying crypto asset. Yet, tucked away in a footnote on an amended complaint, the SEC clarified a security is determined by the, quote, contracts, expectations, and understandings centered on the sales and distribution of a digital asset, and not that the digital asset itself is a security. Is the SEC using inconsistent standards here? I mean, is that what's happening?
I think what's happening is that we're trying to be ambiguous because the legal precision carries with it real implications. And this is why people have been coming to us and saying we need clarity. Is the token itself a security? Or is it part of an investment contract? Is it being sold together with an investment contract? If it is, what is that investment contract and how long does it track along with the token? By using imprecise language, we've been able to sort of suggest that the token itself is a security apart from that investment contract, which has implications for secondary sales. It has implications for who can list it. And I think this is absolutely, we've fallen down on our duty as a regulator not to be precise. And so tucking into a footnote that, yes, we admit that now actually the token itself is not a security, that's something that we should have admitted long ago and then started wrestling with the difficult questions.
Right. Commissioner Peirce, let's get into this question.
Well, I know one person that's going to be delighted with that statement, and I think it's very telling that they absolutely say that we tried to be ambiguous.
Yeah. If you look at the video, you can see Gensler when right before she answers, he's like, "Oh crap!" He looks down at her.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, but like, you know what? The last 15 seconds of that clip should just release Joe Rogan or Joe Rogan from all of his.
He was deposed by them this week.
Yeah,
he had to. I had that meeting at 4. It's now 4:20.
That's 4:20. Yeah,
it's 4:24. I got a message on. We should go into the market analysis for.
What time you got there?
4:24.
What time is your meeting?
4.
Oh shit!
But you were late. Remember? No more than 2 hours.
I was like 20 minutes late. Like
20 minutes time Celsius. You're 20 minutes Celsius late. That's what you were. Yeah, I'm sorry. With it's Fahrenheit, it was like 3.5 hours. But she's messaged me on I told her.
Okay.
So she's watching. Hi, Karen. Good to hope you're watching and enjoying our knuckleheadery. But let's take a look and hit that, and then we'll give away some info.
What are we hitting?
The markets. You're going to do your market.
I'm going to look at the markets this week. I mean, Bitcoin is at 65.7. And you know what, man? We look strong. We look strong at this level. If you think about it, right? Our head and shoulders has formed. We've broken out through that. This is the 4 hourly, right? Now, this is what I'm looking at, right? We got a couple of things here we're looking at, right? We got a rising wedge here. We got another rising wedge here. And I want to show you something. Our targets are insane at the moment. Our targets are on 105,000. Yeah. If we break out of this formation.
Yeah, what's the top of the that formation there?
To be honest, right. I
Right.
think we're going to have to. There's 2 levels here.
Yeah, right there. That line
That's
up there.
68. That's 68-ish. Okay, which I think it's going to take a little bit of beating. To be honest, there's a lot of resistance there. and we probably will come up to here, which 68.5, and we'll get rejected here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe
We'll get rejected.
69. Ha 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 ha.
There's just way too much resistance. I
Maybe
don't think we're going to hit this target here, which is 48. I think that's way off base.
Yeah,
that's based on formations that have failed. And look at this target here is 39,000. So, like, I mean, if we're going down there, it's. I think this rising wedge is going to play out. I think we're probably going to come back down to here, 61, 60, 61. I think this formation is this rising wedge is not going to complete.
I'm looking forward to the Christmas pump that Santa brings.
And I was just about to talk about the Christmas pump, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we do break out of here, forget the rising wedge. If we look at our pennant, our triangle, right? Yeah, maybe 105 is in play. Then that could be our Christmas pump.
Wow, that'd be amazing. That would it would be really a good for John McAfee's memory, man. If we finally,
I mean, think about it, right? It's not going to take much to break. I mean, look, this thing is probably going to play out till about down to here.
Yeah,
that's the end of December.
It would play long to around December, and then it would break.
That's the end of December, man. Yeah.
That would be awesome. Everybody would talk about John McAfee. Everyone could have some kind of penis parties where they eat penis shaped stuff.
This is Kelly as well, so there's strength behind this. You know what I mean? The monthly. You know what? It's Bitcoin, right? I don't put that much influence on the monthly, but this is interesting. There's a cup and handle on the weekly. Look where we are. And look at our target, 125.
Well, that's just more confirmation of the other one, then. Basically.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. To be frank, there's no point looking at ETH, Solana, definitely not Cardano, or any of the rest, unless you look at Bitcoin first, right? And you got to look at the formations on this. And I think the fact that we have a rising wedge here, I think this will break out, but I don't think it'll get too far. I don't think it'll get too far. I think it'll get up to maybe the mid 70 range, get rejected, and then we'll see the larger rising wedge play out.
Yeah, I think so. Too.
And if that does play out, it will line up with alt season in terms of the previous alt seasons after the halving, which is anywhere from 175 to 215 days. So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's been, to be quite honest, you man, Bitcoin is easily played at the moment in terms of, even if you want to put like leverage on this.
Yeah, I was thinking that a low leverage would be. It's looking pretty attractive.
I mean, you could easily put a 10x on this. Yeah. It's just playing out perfectly. I mean, the support and resistance levels are just they're playing out perfectly at the moment. I think this will go to 68 and get rejected, to be honest.
I think it'll be 69 because crypto bros 69 probably. I think it'll get close.
It's gonna be up there, 68.
Hey, I am for amateur. Did you have to watch the World Blockchain Roundtable? Wow, we hit 200 people.
Well, I watched a little bit of it yesterday. Vinish is here also, man. We missed him.
I already said Vinish. Hello. But
sorry. Yeah. What's up? What's down?
What's up? What's down? We everyone on the show, they made him say the opposite thing. Which, by the way, I talked to Roger Ver, I am for I am last night. I told him it was a good show, and you would.
I actually thought I am for I am had lost his mind,
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was hilarious.
or he actually was a Democrat.
No, and he was a Bitcoin maximalist. He was
Yes,
liberal.
he had multiple
It
multiple
was
messages yesterday.
it was hilarious.
I didn't realize because I came in midway through and I thought, "Fuck, I don't know this guy at all."
I think this is the right one. Yeah. Okay. So this is last week's show that we'll pick from. It's for $10, and we'll go probably B&B Litecoin. Where are you? What B&B Litecoin? Should have 26.
Wait a second. Wait a second. You're running before you walk there.
What?
We got to take questions from the chat if somebody wants to look at a chart or something.
Well, they can do that now. I'm doing the giveaway. So
Or you do the giveaway, and if somebody wants to look at a coin, we'll take a look at it.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's hope we don't have.
I lost my
problems.
juice. Fuck.
21 unique comments. I think there was
You had
24.
comments last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the winner is Manum 5753, the distinctive value position of Web3 Infinity 3 makes it a learning investment possibility. You
I hit that
put
guy.
up $10. So go
I
ahead
hit that
and
guy.
hit us back. Hit me back. Oh,
5753 guys always winning.
or hit me on Venetian said we're going to hit a meme trend soon.
Are we going to see a meme trend?
I think we
we're.
we have,
to be
haven't
honest,
we?
yeah.
I think that's been the main thing. I mean, there's what 1.5 billion Solana is doing on in volume alone.
Well, I think we're tearing out of a huge meme trend.
Yeah.
Although I do think that we're tearing off a little bit, but I think there's nothing else in the fucking space. So I think if we get an alt season, even a small one, and Bitcoin decides to go sideways around the 75, 80 mark, we'll get a huge meme coin season.
Why don't you look
Like you said, meme coins are doing $1.5-2 billion a day.
And that's not meme coins. That's just meme coins on Solana, which is the big
Solana.
one. But meme coins all around, they're still selling, man.
There's anywhere between 7,000 and 12,000 meme coins being produced every day.
A day.
It's insane.
Yeah. No,
It's
he was not offended, dude. He's still dealing with a lot of stuff with his issues with the government also.
I would think if I was I am, I'd send an alternative video saying, listen, I was fucked up on fucking heroin and I didn't mean anything I said, and it would come across a lot better.
Yeah, he was a good actor though. It was funny. He is really interested in Zano though. He does talk about. Why don't you take a look at that?
Zano.
Zano, yeah.
Who wants to look at Zano?
I am. He is.
Okay.
A lot.
You know what? I have looked at that recently.
It's a privacy coin.
It's a privacy coin.
You can create your own privacy coins on there. It's kind of
Correct.
an interesting concept, and also.
Let me get that one up now, because you know what? I haven't looked at it in a few weeks, and I actually looked at building something on that. About
And I brought up. Remember Pivx? That was an old privacy blockchain that just went to. It was mainly. Masternodes. Then it just got blown up for masternodes, and kind of masternodes for the sake of being masternodes.
Was it Zano?
Yeah, Zano.
It was Zano. Yeah. Let me pull this up. because this is interesting. Because this is full privacy, I think.
Yeah.
So let me just share that because this is actually is worth looking at. Here we are. So circulating supply is only 13.4 million. And the market cap is now 80 million. So for a blockchain you're going to build on, that's extremely low. It has highs and lows over the last year. In fact, it's at high and lows over the last 3 years, to be honest, yeah. But I don't know enough about it, because the reason I looked at this a few weeks ago was I thought, can you imagine if you built a proper meme coin with utility
Yeah.
on this blockchain? Like a meme coin with 100% privacy with utility.
Private Pepe.
But I think I think there's limitations, if I'm correct, to this blockchain. Maybe I am can clear that up, but I think there is some limitations on it.
And you can come on World Blockchain Roundtable, and I'm sure he would like talk about it with you when we.
I don't think my knowledge base suits your fucking discussion.
Yeah, I'm the dumb guy, so you would be,
So you're gonna make me the dumb guy?
No, you would.
Yeah, I am. I mean, the idea of private, 100% private dividends is just beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I spoke to several developers over the last 3 to 6 months about this, and Zano was the one that kept popping up.
Yeah, $6. Imagine Monero at $6 or
Yeah, but it's
Dash.
the ability to like work the blockchain is what you see. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's limitations on it.
All right.
Yeah. I anything else? I can look at something else. ETH is at 2695. Solana's at 157.
Well,
Pushed obviously by meme coins.
yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah, Zano just went live with the ability to create tokens. Yeah, I need to look at that. I wonder what limitations are on those tokens. Man, I'd love to see Zano with 100% privacy, 100% the ability to like do your own thing on it. I think we're missing that.
Definitely.
Yeah, in the space, I think we like 100% privacy with user input, man. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That would be. I think that's like the main thing we're missing, because there's.
Well, I think a lot of people have forgotten about the privacy thing. I think a
Well,
lot of people are too obsessed with creating something that makes quick cash. There's too much centralization going on. You know what? I think a lot of people have lost sight of why we are in the fucking space. But then again, a lot of you guys, that's irrelevant to them. That's not important. I mean, for me and you, and probably for I am, we got into this because of the banking system, and we wanted an alternative fucking way. But the next generation aren't like that.
yeah, and it's something that Rhodes, I am friend, they all talk about is that, and that's it frustrates Rhodes so much, is because he's like, all that takes care of itself if you just focus on the basic adoption and using stuff for it's like the price, it would be higher. Like Bitcoin would be
higher.
$150,000, $200,000 already.
Yeah, already.
If people would have just focused on, the basics and not, and with ETFs and everything, we're looking at fake Bitcoin. There's going to be.
Well, tell me when the last time you seen like a new utilization of BTC. Haven't seen anything for fucking years. Have you?
No. And now, I don't know if you know this, but they're talking about making the blocks bigger. They're basically validating
They've been on
everything
about
that
that
Roger,
for a long time.
said about it.
They've had multiple forks because of that, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people have lost sight of. Well, we both know people have lost sight of the whole ideology around cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. Definitely. It's the old meme of the Indian dude wearing all gold shirt. He's like, I'm in it for the tech. Yeah.
I think we'll go full circle. We'll go full circle again. Yeah.
Yeah. And but I don't think there's anything wrong with, because that's why I came into crypto, was because of the, to make money. I didn't understand Bitcoin when my kid told me about it in like 2009.
See, I didn't come into crypto to make money.
I
Decide.
I came into crypto to buy something with Bitcoin, and it was terrible. It was so hard to get it and move it and then pay for the thing with it. I was like, that was terrible. And and then my son Nick tried to explain it to me. I was like, that's stupid. I can just make my own money on my computer. It's not real. But then, like 3 years later, I heard about this kid that mowed lawns. He used his money and bought Bitcoin, and now he had like $850,000. Like, what? Then I understood scarcity, because I was financial advisor. I understood that all the other side of it. So that's when I started looking at it, and that's when That's when you go down the rabbit hole, then you see everything.
Yeah. First, for me, to replace banks, and second was to make money. I would be the exact same. The reason I got into crypto was because I wanted to pay my cable bill without fucking going through the banking system.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and now with KYC and stuff, it's so frustrating.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is the world we live in. That's about it. Unless anybody has anything. You got any insane clown posse?
You holding any ICP?
Yeah, you got any insane clown posse coins?
I don't think so. No, but I have some good memes banked at the moment.
You do. I have a poo.
Who's back up to 80 million?
80 million?
Mm-hmm. You like our chemistry? Yeah. If we ever get a room together, man, we're guaranteed to create kids. We're guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
There's some Breaking Bad joke there with the chemistry, but I can't think of it. But yeah, that's one thing that frustrates me when we're talking about like the border thing and all that, is because Lee wanted to come and live here, and he told me how much it cost, and I didn't.
Well, I could have gone through two different ways. I mean, I could have gone through the family road, but I didn't want to do that. And I wanted to do the legitimacy, and I wanted to. It would have cost $1 million. Would have cost $1 million, which I would have had no problem with that. But I think I'm just going to fly to Mexico, man.
Yeah, that's what everyone else seems to be doing, dude.
At least then I won't have to pay for a house. I won't have to pay for electricity. I won't have to pay for food. I won't have to pay for social care.
But you told me how much it would cost you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worse off living here now.
It's insane. It was like you said. It was like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but $1 million would have got me in. Like,
yeah, that's unreal. That's insane.
Yeah,
legitimately, yeah.
Yeah, the family road didn't work out very well. So.
Which I'm looking at Ireland personally to.
But you're guaranteed to get passports. So.
Yeah, and EU. citizenship and all that stuff.
So then you have your EU passport. Then you don't have to worry about any EU country. So
Yeah, until Britain goes to war with Russia or something.
yeah, forget it.
Oh man. Well, all right.
Okay, are we going to see next
Gription,
Friday?
the band. What? If you don't know, you can check out Gription on Spotify. They are a band that was ahead of their time. I listen to it like at least once a month. Their album. EU and the US scare me. But just you know who this is?
That's a whole different show.
It's crazy. I don't know anyone that can buy a house. Yeah, I know. And in Texas, we're looking at ending property taxes, which I think if we became a trend and other states start following, I mean, that's going to be how we're going to win anyways. We buy the states and then.
It won't become a trend because most of the states can't afford to get rid of it.
Texas is a little bit different.
Texas is a little bit of a.
But yeah, they can afford
I don't
it.
want to say. I don't want to use the word enigma, but it's different.
I didn't tell you. You know how we're bigger? Our economy is bigger than Brazil's. It was number 13 in the world by country.
Mhm.
Elon moved Tesla here, and that changed it to number 10. So we're
I
now
thought
the
it was
top-
like I thought it was like fifth biggest if you removed from the United States.
as its own country.
Yeah.
It was 13th in the world, and now it's
That's
10th. It's in the
Now it's
top 10.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
But yeah, but I thought that that unrealized gains thing that Harris is talking about, just everyone that owns a house would be screwed. If they make you pay taxes on your house that you bought for $100,000, that's worth $400,000 now.
Where is the cutoff point in terms of where do you pay the tax? Do you pay it 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, or do you pay it every year? I don't get that.
Every year.
So what if you have a negative on the year 2?
That's how they take your house.
You write that off.
That's how they take your house, and then that's how you own nothing. You own nothing, and you're happy.
You know that like the stock market would collapse if that happens.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to trade.
That's the thing, man. And people like O'Leary and other people, they know that, so they're like, "This is insane."
So does Mark Cuban, man, but he still backs Harris, which is insanity.
Do you know her father was what his job was?
He was a professor of Marxism.
It's a professor of Marxism. She grew up
as a Marxist,
and learning from her father. This is the way. This is the way.
If you're negative, the state won't give you a refund. Man. Like, if you implement that
2030, baby,
you're going to make the most socialist country in the world, look like a capitalist country.
Yeah. Well, I saw a meme, and it was the worst thing about capitalism is that it allows socialists to live long enough to mess stuff up. Do you know Gription the band?
You know what to say about socialism?
Huh?
Socialism is great until you run out of somebody else's money.
Yeah. That's Tom and Sully from Consent of the Governed.
Consent of the Governed, yeah.
That's a Gription the band, but also Gription the band on Spotify. You can check them out. It's a very cool band. All right, you guys, it was good hanging out with you.
It was awesome.
I'm going to play this video that made Lee crack up last night. I love it. Lisa hates it. She never wants me to play it. But I think it's hilarious. And I saw a meme about this. They put a picture of like this woman on a bus, and they put it on the back of the bus, which I thought was goofy. But here we go.
And one of the most important films of the year. Hey, you can't sit here. I'll sit wherever I goddamn like. Steve McQueen is Rosa Parks.